All right, so this is the beginning of the box instructions. Um, there's two options. You can have the lid to the box be wide, or you can have the lid to the box be long. This one is going to be for the lid to the box being long. Make a long box. All right, so you're going to have we're just going to do the side walls of this part. Actually, no, let's just do one side for now. Let's do one side, and then I'll make another one for front sides. Okay, so if this is going to be long, in general, I'm just going to make them out of skew. You're going to have a box where they're going to be two long sides, a short side, and then a base that is about that size and a lid little hinges that are going to attach to little spots for hinges right there. So what we're going to make first is we're going to make this piece right here, which incidentally is also this piece right here. You'll have to make two of them if you want to have a different design on each one, but if you want just one design, you just make one. And then we'll make another video for this one here and this one here. And another video for this and another video for this. All right, so making this video first. Get rid of these. First thing we're going to have to do on all of these parts is I'm going to make a rectangle that is 4 inches by 3 inches. Regardless of the part you are making, you need to make this rectangle first. Now, it doesn't need to stay a rectangle. In fact, it'll probably be easier on you if it doesn't. I go through and delete 2 of the walls. That's fine. What this does is makes it so that when I export it through Adobe Illustrator, that it keeps the sizes because I can't translate it directly. We need to keep that. So the size of the wall here is going to be 3 inches by 2 inches. This size is chosen because it's the largest size box that I can fit on one piece. Now, I notice it's getting a little low here. Probably fine. I'll just move it a little bit closer. Everything in your drawing needs to be within here or it'll mess up the scaling of your part. So even if it's just a drawing, like some GIF or JPEG that you're tracing, needs to make sure to stay within this box area or else it'll mess up the scaling and then things won't fit. For this one, I am going to make a little tab here. This little tab can be 1/8 deep. Oh, I didn't mean to. So let's put in a dimension and 1/4 of an inch long. And I'm going to have a notch here and then another tab. These tabs and notches, they are called finger joints because when they go together, it is like fingers meshing with each other. They are also called box joints, which is convenient because we are using them to make a box. Now, that's how big we want them to actually be in real life. However, the laser is going to cut out a little bit. And if we cut out the little fingers just like this, they're not going to work. They're going to be too loose. The box is going to fall apart. You could glue it together, but that'll look messy. And we don't have to, because we can just prep. I have run some tests and I know how much the laser takes out. The amount the wood laser takes out, incidentally, is called kerf. We have to calculate the kerf. The kerf is 1/80th of an inch. So for these that need to be a little bit larger, I am going to do plus 1/80. Maybe get a little bit bigger. And this is going to be 1/8 of an inch plus 1/80. Note this is 1/8 of an inch because the thickness of the wood is 1/8 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch plywood. So it lines up with the edge. I'm going to put an extra 1/80th of an inch so that this lines up with a 1/4 inch hole. I'm putting in an extra 1/80th of an inch. And then I am going to duplicate it. I'm going to duplicate this with a rectangular pattern. And actually, I'm going to cancel here because I don't want to do that third side or fourth side. I'm just going to do click, click, click. I'm going to select a dimension, that dimension, and I don't want it to go up. I want it to go down. I want 4 of them. And between the start of this one and the start of the next one, I want it to be 1/2 inch because they're 1/4 inch fingers. So 1/2 inch. And then if I hit OK, it's not going to work. I'll show you why. And then I'm going to redo it. I'm going to try to trim out, and I can totally trim there. Well, except for that, it's part of a box. I try to trim there and nothing happens. And if you remember from your very first inventor assignment, there's something more I got to do. Try it again. Exact same, we got 4, we got 1/2 inch. And I'm going to go to these here and I'm going to remove associative because it's a feature, not a bug, why it doesn't let me trim. Trim, trim, trim. It's probably still going to complain. Yeah. So, 8, I think it's. I'm just going to draw back in. All right. There we go. And I can do it on the other side. I could also use a mirror if I wanted to, but I'm not going to because it's not that much. So it's 1/8 of an inch plus 1/80th of an inch. And I still forgot this side. So it is exactly that because it lined up with that one, I believe. I'll just type it in just to make sure. 1/4 plus 1/80th. And hey, it doesn't change at all because it was lined up with that one. And then we do the rectangular pattern again. And we say this one, this one, this one. We pick that. We do 4. I don't even need to change the direction because it's already going down. We go to 5. We don't forget associative. And then we trim what we can trim. Get rid of the lines that are going to cause us grief. We just draw that one back in. Now, at this point, there's no difference from a long box and a short one. I actually know I'm going to do one thing more. Let's do. We're going to have to put a base in eventually, and we're going to have to put holes So the base fit, these are going to be a different kind of joint. I believe this other joint that we're going to have is called a pin joint or a tenon joint. Tenon joint. Look that up. All right. So the hole for it is going to be here. We're going to make the pins in the base. I'm going to change this to a center point rectangle. I'm going to put it randomly there so it's not lining up with anything. And I'm going to actually position this first after I size it. This one I'm going to want to have at exactly a quarter of an inch. Exactly an eighth of an inch. And I want to put the distance between here and here at 1/8. This is between here and here, 1/8. It doesn't, you can have it at a different position. Just it needs to be consistent. And I need to make sure weird things didn't happen because it looks like they did. Here. That is not the right size. It should be 1/4 minus 1/80th. And should this be 1/4 minus 1/80th? And should this be 1/4 minus 1/80th? And should this one, which it looks like it is now, just make sure these ones on the other side didn't get messed up too. It should be the same. All right, there we go. It is positioned and it didn't mess up our finger joints, or we fix it. And I'm going to need one that is in the center. Line it up with the center point there, and the center point there. And this should be in the right spot. And I am going to just draw one more. Line up there. It's going to be 0.25, 8. Mention it in 1/8 in from the edge. And hope that I need to fix things. Oh, good. It moved the hole and not the entire thing there. All right. There we go. Now, okay. Dimensions, it turns out, can be outside that range, but I'm going to move it back in just to make sure that I'm careful and nothing is outside this box here. All right. So now we get to do what is the difference between the length and width. I am going to go and I am going to make a box which is 1/8 of an inch by 1/8 of an inch, which is going to go for a pin hinge is basically what it is. It's going to line up at the top. And let's go, it's going to start from here, but it's going to go over 1/8 of an inch. It's going to line up with this hole right here. I did not want center point one. Let's go and try that again, except for that center point. Lines up at the top, lines up with that hole. And it's going to be 1/8, 1/8. That's the size of the pin hinge that we're going to make. Actually, we could have gone with center. Anyway. I'm going to erase this one anyway, so I'm just going to put some cross lines in there to find the center. Though none of you have geometry, that is a postulate where you put some diagonals on any rectangle and you'll find the center of the rectangle. I'm going to make a circle that encompasses that, because that's going to be the hinge. It's going to be a little bit loose because this hole is drawn exactly, and again, it's going to be an 1/80th of an inch bigger. So there's that. This is going to be the hole for the hinge, and then I need to make another one that is larger so that it gets there. And let's just do 0.4. Doesn't hurt if the hinge is a little big. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to delete those. I'm going to delete that. And I'm going to trim too much. Trim there, trim there, trim there, trim there. There we are. There is a hole and some wood to enclose the hole, and it's going to be at the center of the hole is going to be to the, let's try that from this edge. That should be an exact value. Let's try it with the dimension tool. There we are. There we are. That's totally an exact dimension. That is a certain amount of 16ths. Well, the 1/80th. It's an 1/8 of an inch. Is really what it is. Actually, you know what? I'll move that a little bit further. I'm gonna undo a bunch. I'm gonna redraw this thing at 1/4 of an inch in, which I know. Why am I redrawing it? Because I should. Let's go. Again, it's going to be 1/8 by 1/8. And let's go 1/4 of an inch. I hope it doesn't, I didn't do anything weird. Then we'll just do that again. In there, circle, the edge, circle, 4, and trim. Not going to really want me to. So this is part of the box. You can't trim that. Sure. I can't trim that, but I can hit the delete button. There we go. And 1/4 of an inch. It'll make it a little bit better. All right, so there it is. That is the center of, or the side of the box if you have a long You got a long lid. Next video I will do is a, well, if you pick the long ones, the next one will be the front and back. If reviewing these chronologically, it's going to be if you have a wide lid. All right, so I'm going to stop this recording and, oh, actually, hold on. There's one last thing. In a sketch, extrude this here, 1/8 inch. Because we do have to assemble this sketch. Also, if you're going to do any design, do it on this original sketch because I am going to be exporting these sketches. If it doesn't make it into the extrusion, that is fine. I can make a very simple sketch here. Here is, this box is happy to see you. There we go. We keep it there. If you wanted to include it as part of your extrusion, you certainly could. That's fine, but it's not necessary. As long as the sketch exists there, it is fine. And if the lines don't line up so it can extrude, that's fine as long as the outside one does. All right, on to the next video.